get started.
Thank you, Eric. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the MAG Transportation Policy Committee. It's time to call this meeting to order. And Melissa, would you please take the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the committee, I'll call your name. Please indicate if you're present. Rock Arnett. Mayor Barney.
Present.
Thank you.
Yeah,
David Berry.
Just unmutes me, but not.
Councilmember Binsbacher.
Present.
Thank you. Jen Daniels. Doug DeCluson.
Here.
Thank you. Councilmember Durham.
Here.
Thank you. Mayor Gallego.
Here.
Mayor Giles. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Mayor Giles.
Mayor Giles is present.
Thank you. Mayor Hall.
I'm here.
Thank you. Charles Humantle. Cheryl Lombard.
I'm here.
Thank you. Mayor Lord.
Present.
Thank you. Mayor Peterson.
Here.
Thank you. Mayor Price. Mayor Osborne. Mark
Present.
Reardon. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Mark Reardon.
Here.
Thank you. Supervisor Sellers. Mayor Weiss.
Here.
Thank you. Mayor Woods. And Rock Arnett, I see you there.
I had my microphone on mute, but I am here.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone that I missed?
Jen Daniels is here.
Thank you.
This is
And our-
Charles Humantle. I think I had a mute problem as well.
Yes, thank you, Charles. And our chairman is here, so there is a quorum.
Thank you, Melissa. So again, kind of the boilerplate announcements at this point. All attendees entered the meeting muted. Please remember, if you have something to say or respond to a vote, to unmute your device before speaking and mute when you are not speaking, so that we don't have the distractions of dogs or an electronic thing that's going to go on here. Phone attendees should use *6 to mute and to unmute, and *9 to raise their hands virtually. So item number 2 is a call to the audience. Members of the public were asked to submit written comments related to this meeting through the MAG website. Comments may be sent at any time leading up to the meeting, but must be received at least 1 hour prior to posted start time for the meeting. This is the opportunity for the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda, or that are on the agenda for discussion and not for action. MAG staff, have we received any public comments? If so, please read them.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the TPC, we did receive one comment from Walt Gray, a resident of Phoenix. I'll begin comment. I urge the Transportation Policy Committee to suspend transportation planning leading to a 2022 vote for a new 20-year plan. My reasons are: 1, the plan will promote continued sprawl and will not address critical job development and job training needs for bottom-up upgrading of the sizable to very large low-income sections of Phoenix, Mesa, Avondale, South Scottsdale, Glendale, Tempe, and Tolleson. 2, the plan continues to promote long commutes with as much traffic traveling in one direction as the other at the same time. 3, a better plan would begin a transition to more balanced development throughout the region, shorter commutes, and more economic growth region-wide. 4, the current plan continues to promote socioeconomic segregation, limiting economic, political, and social opportunities for a large number of people and trapping them in poverty zones. 5, a plan dependent primarily on sales tax continues the unfair practice of cutting into essential buying by low-income residents who already face regressive taxes for the basic operations of state, county, and municipal government, as well as some special districts. 6, the plan fails to provide for financial contributions for benefactors of the transportation system, particularly developers and the motor carrier industry. 7, it would be better to have a statewide plan rather than a regional plan, because most of the valley depends directly or indirectly on the state system of freeways, state highways, and county roads for commerce and recreation. This also would lead to more balanced development statewide, encouraging more balanced economic, political, and social development. 8, the plan fails to address the critical need for affordable housing where there are low to moderate income jobs. Affordable housing would reduce commutes, improve development balance, and reduce overall infrastructure costs. 9, the plan should be suspended pending action in Congress on the Family First and bipartisan infrastructure plans. The Family First plan could provide funds for job development and training in low-income areas for bottom-up upgrading. It also could provide for affordable housing where there are low to moderate income jobs. 10, the bipartisan infrastructure plan would reduce transportation costs for the region and state, reducing the need for any type of taxes at the region or state level. End comment.
All right. Thank you very much, Melissa. Item number 3 is approval for the July 8th meeting minutes. Could I have a motion to recommend approval of the minutes and a second?
Mr. Mayor,
Move approval.
so moved.
So I see a motion by Skip. Mayor Hall, is there a second, please? I didn't catch that.
Second, Gallego.
Second by Mayor Gallego. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Hearing none, Melissa, please take the roll.
Thank
For the
you,
call.
Mr. Chair. I will call your name. Please indicate how you vote on the motion. Please be sure to unmute before responding. Rock Arnett.
I approve.
Thank you. Mayor Barney.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Binsbacher.
Aye.
Thank you. Jen Daniels.
Aye.
Thank you. Doug DeCluson.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Durham.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Gallego.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Giles.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Hall.
Aye.
Thank you. Charles Humantle.
Aye.
Thank you. Cheryl Lombard.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Lord.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Peterson.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Price. Mayor Orsborn.
Aye.
Thank you. Mark Reardon.
Aye.
Thank you. Supervisor Sellers.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Weiss.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Woods. And Mr. Chairman, how do you vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anyone that I missed? That motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. And thank you, committee. Item number 4 is an update on the development of the new regional transportation plan. MAG Transportation Staff Audra Kester Thomas will provide a report. Audra.
Chairman Harkey, members of Transportation Policy Committee, pleased to be with you here today to present the final technical element with the development of the next regional transportation plan to inform the extension of Proposition 400. This really is a meeting to codify action on the material we presented at our meeting earlier this month. Next slide. We'll review again the project phasing updates since our last meeting a week and a half ago, briefly review the next steps in the air quality conformity analysis, which is required by federal statute. Next slide. So first, project phasing updates. Next. As you'll recall at our presentation earlier this month, we presented the draft phasing as recommended based on the investment plan and funding established by action of Regional Council at the end of June. We do have 5 phases to accommodate the 25-year horizon of this planned and anticipated funding source. It's depicted here. We spent a lot of time walking through each of the 3 distinct programs, the distinct funding constraints associated with the phasing of each of those programs, the most fundamental of which is cash flow. Next slide. Since our July 8th meeting, there has been very little activity. The material that was presented and distributed as part of your agenda packet today is largely reflective of the same that we distributed in advance of the July 8th meeting. There are no changes in the freeway or high capacity transit phasing. And with the arterial program, only one member agency, Queen Creek, requested the movement of projects between 2 different phases. Ultimately, however, those two exchanges or those exchanges of projects had no impact on fiscal balance. Next slide. Craig, we have a blank screen in the office here at MAG. Is the presentation continued?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll go to the paper copy and we won't be able to see anyone. So we'll look for audible cues from Craig, Melissa, or Eric. Moving on to our next steps, as outlined here, next slide, you will see a schedule for which you are previously familiar. This summer's activity was to codify the project portfolio and program composition to be included in the regional transportation plan. The rest of this to the development of the actual plan, as well as the investment strategy, which we will use as the policy and management tool. The program work alongside that is, of course, our federally required air quality conformity process, which we're a little behind schedule, waiting on the codification of these project phases, but will take the remainder of this fall to complete. Next slide. So anticipating your action today and regional council's approval next week, air quality conformity phases look as follows. August through September, we will finish our modeling and coding. Our modeling team is at work currently awaiting the phases as recommended by TPC today and regional council next week. We will complete our modeling in both air quality and our transportation demand model and review analysis and findings thereof. Moving into September and October, we will have our final public engagement element associated with our public involvement plan as required by federal statute on the draft plan itself, then bringing to
I lost the voice.
Yeah, I think we lost you, Audra.
Yes.
This is Craig, Eric. I'm going to run downstairs to the Choi room and see what's going on.
Okay. Mr. Chair, while I think we can go ahead and complete this part of the presentation. Don't know how long our technical issue will remain, but as Audra was saying, September, October will be our public comment period, requiring our under federal law, the public comment period on the plan and the air quality conformity, and then moving for adoption of the new momentum regional transportation plan, and importantly, the strategic investment strategy, which includes the Prop 400 extension projects and the phasing that we're talking about today. So, Mr. Chair, if we can go to the next slide. This item is on for proposed recommended action today. I think we lost our our IT support too, apparently. Anyway, the next slide just has the recommended motion on the slide. So, Mr. Chair, if you feel comfortable, we can move forward with proposed action at this point in time, or we can wait for the slide to appear.
So Eric, are you able to still take minutes here with and comments that TPC members might want to make?
Yeah, absolutely. Melissa's on board, so she's taking the meeting minutes. The requested action, I'll just
Eric, I'm back and can take back if you need.
Okay, great. Audrey?
Sorry, everybody. Apologies for the technical difficulties. So I'm not certain where we got cut off, but ultimately the recommended action before you today is recommended approval of the RTP freeway, highway, arterial, and high capacity transit project phasing and entrance into air quality conformity analysis. And we're happy and open to any questions or comments.
All right, TPC member. Questions, comments. Mayor Weiss.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Audra, Eric, do we anticipate any issues with this process going forward? Are there any, it's hard to see unforeseen circumstances, but it sounds like this is a pretty routine process. Do we anticipate any problems with this?
Chairman Harkey, Mayor Weiss, members of Transportation Policy Committee, we don't. We actually did some work initially with the scenario planning effort and feel confident as part of the air quality conformity process established from many decades of work here that we will deliver the final plan for your adoption on schedule with no issues.
Thank you, Audra. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Other questions or comments?
Mayor Harkey, this is Mayor Giles. I have a comment.
Mayor Giles.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just want to chime in and say that Mesa does support the current draft of the phasing plan. We appreciate working with MAG staff to determine opportunities to move the Rio Salado streetcar into phase one. But we understand that that's not going to be accomplished without finding more creative solutions. That's a project that is a priority for both Mesa and Tempe. So I'm confident that we'll figure out a way to move that forward without negatively impacting anyone else's project as we've done in the past. So in the months and years to come, we'll continue to have those discussions, but my community supports going forward with this proposed phasing plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Giles.
Mr. Chairman.
Mayor Woods.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to just sort of, reiterate what Mayor Giles said as well. We really appreciate what staff did in terms of, fielding MAG staff, fielding questions, working through all the project estimates with both the cities of Tempe and Mesa. The streetcar extension is a huge priority for us, and we're really pleased to see its inclusion in the plan. And we do support the phasing as outlined by MAG staff. And I want to just also, very publicly thank Mayor Giles for his support and continued partnership on this extension.
Thank you, Mayor Woods. Any additional comments or questions? I would just like to make one is that I do fully support this plan, and I appreciate the realization for flexibility, as again, I think I've stated before as well as others, is as we look out of the window of 25 years, the ability to, without staying within the plan, within our own projects, being able to move things up or back without negatively impacting others has been an important part of getting us where we are today. And I know we've got projects scared or kind of spread out throughout this plan as well. And I appreciate the fact that as we look ahead, that if we need to, we would be able to also move things around within the scope of this plan, of what's allotted for our community. And while we're not anticipating that at this moment, it's certainly a bit of a relief to be able to not have to have a perfect crystal ball to be able to look down the road and predict where we're going to need to do such things. So once again, I appreciate the flexibility that is built into this plan. Seeing or hearing no other comments, might I ask, is there a motion and a second?
Mr. Chair, it's Ken Weiss. I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mayor Weiss. Is there a second?
Mayor Hall, I'll second it.
Second by Mayor Hall. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Melissa, please poll the vote here.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the TPC, I'll call your name. Please indicate how you vote on the motion. Be sure to unmute before responding. Rock Arnett.
Vote aye.
Thank you. Mayor Barney.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Binsbacher.
Aye.
Thank you. Jen Daniels.
Aye.
Thank you. Doug DeCluson.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Durham.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Gallego.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Giles.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Hall.
Aye.
Thank you. Charles Humental.
Aye.
Thank you. Cheryl Lombard.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Lord.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Peterson.
Aye.
Thank you. Mayor Price.
Being
Mayor
in Pinal
Osborne.
County, I'll abstain.
Thank you, Mayor Price. Mayor Osborne,
Aye.
Mark Reardon,
Aye.
thank you. Supervisor Sellers,
Aye.
thank you. Mayor Weiss,
Aye.
thank you. Mayor Woods,
Aye.
thank you. And Chairman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Is there anyone that I missed? The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Item number 5 on our agenda is, are there any requests by membership for an item on a future agenda? All right, item number 6, are there any comments or announcements from the membership? All right, well, before we adjourn, I want to thank you. I know July is often a month in which we take a little bit of a break from meetings, but it's not been the case for anything touching transportation. And I appreciate both Mag and the membership here being willing to set meetings and have meetings to keep this process going. So with that, business is now concluded and our meeting is adjourned. Have a great day.